Hi guys, this is BreAKer and I'm back with phase 1 of my daily, and I'm already liking this. It's actually on one of the new ladder maps, but let's go ahead and get both players introduced here. I forget which one of them actually uploaded this to cast it, but let me go and give both players their introduction. Lower left hand corner, our Zerg in the red trunks, Bloodbuzz. Upper right hand corner, our blue Terran, AlarM. Yes, that'll come in very handy when it comes to labeling the video and then uploading it to YouTube. Something worthy of mention right now as well is also given the fact that, I kind of find it a little silly that nobody took it upon themselves to actually go ahead and cast this replay. I mean, come on, Diamond League? I know it's not Masters League, but it's like, if it's not Masters League, it doesn't mean there's still nothing interesting going on in that replay. Come on, guys. I myself am a Diamond League player, and as a caster, I guess you could say I'm pretty okay. I'm standard, but I can't go into the super in-depth late-game stuff sometimes. We're talking like 5 or 6 base Zerg versus 5 or 6 base Terran, that kind of thing, but yeah. Drone here, I actually like this move from Bloodbuzz. He's actually doing a drone scout, which I find perfectly acceptable because from playing on the Korea and Taiwan server for such a long time, and not sending out a drone scout, not getting an overlord scout in time to find my opponent's natural or main, it can be, the consequences of that can actually be rather devastating. I don't want to say that the Korea and Taiwan server is sneaky or the players there are bad-mannered or anything like that, but one thing that I do have to go ahead and give everyone, stretched emphasis on is that a win is a win, regardless of how it is achieved. If it's achieved through map hacking, that's really not going to help anyone. But of course, the drone went in there and saw that there was essentially a gasless opening. This means that we could actually see an early third coming from our Zerg as well. But instead, he's going to go with the safest opening he knows, and that would be a spawning pool follow-up. AlarM goes ahead and sends out an SCV. A little curious as to just what he has planned behind all of this. Derelict, for a 2-player map, it's actually, rather sizable. I do like it. There's a lot of potential here. A lot of action that could take place. The third here, it's actually rather isolated. I never would have expected something like that. It's a little reminiscent, if you will, of kind of a cross positions only Shakuras Plateau, but with only 2 spawning positions. There's, of course, a huge difference, and of course, I say sort of reminiscent. If you look at it, there's actually no way you could get to a 4th here and connect. There's no way you can connect your 3rd to your 4th, if that makes sense. Whatever units you have at your 3rd are forced automatically to go around here, and so on and so forth. But the SCV came in for AlarM and saw that there's gas from Bloodbuzz, so I'm wondering if perhaps there's going to be some kind of reaction to that. I do feel that this gas it's kind of a little unnecessary. But behind that, we actually see that AlarM's going for an early 3rd. Now, I've heard of early 3rds, but damn. 4 minutes, 30 seconds? He's playing Terran like he's Zerg or something, and he's playing, versus a Zerg like it's a Protoss. This is almost like, okay, Terran is playing the way a Zerg should versus a Zerg when a Zerg should be playing, like this is, forget it. It's just so confusing, such a tongue twister, really. But the Marines really wanted to shut down any scout, if not just totally save the SCV. And if Bloodbuzz can just read into this a little bit more, there's a very good reason as to why that happened. He's like, okay, well, why is my opponent being so defensive? Of course, he's completely oblivious to the fact that all 4 of the Marines are here right now. But he should be thinking for a minute, something isn't quite right here. And he does have 2 Lings out on the minimap. Here they are. They're going to try and go back, I guess. And just overall, I want to say the situation he's in, he smells something. But the question is he going to go to the 3rd? Is he going to try to go directly to the natural? He's got to keep an eye on those Lings. He's got one of them back. Ooh, and the 3rd will finish rather uncontested. So for now, we see that the income is going to be slightly in favor of our Zerg, even with the mules accounted for. But in the near future, that will just, we're going to see this kind of diphthong for a minute and then just rise in favor of AlarM over the next couple of minutes. Yeah, that's all it's going to take to really get, to really actually get a thorough, in-depth read into that. Of course, 3 orbital commands now. That's just mega macro. That's That's not just Mega Macro, that's just downright greedy. Bloodbuzz does have quite a few Lings out. He does not have a Baneling nest, to the best of my knowledge, no, but he does have a forward Spine Crawler. Not quite formulating anything too terribly clever, but he's going for double evolution chambers right now. The question is, what's he going to go for? Oh, he's going for lair at the same time. I do feel that's a little dangerous. Stim on the way for AlarM, so this just speaks to us in the essence that he's going to be going with a bio follow-up eventually. The only question is just what kind of a full-blown follow-up will it be. Factory is going down as well, but of course that's to get the tier 2 upgrades out, and we have a Ling run-by going down. Beautiful surround on the bunker, but I'm thinking we're going to see AlarM able to hold here. But a few Lings getting to the main, and that's actually going to cost him a few SCVs on the mineral line. This is going to set him back just a teeny bit, maybe. Just a teeny bit. Yeah, you know what? Hold up. There we go. 2 SCVs. And if we check it out right now, I mean, 37 SCVs to 44 drones. Checking the income, it's delayed. You know, that's a lot of delayed income that we see right there. It really is. But also, more importantly, with this, we saw that Bloodbuzz got to read into what his opponent's doing. Does he know about the third yet? He does not. Oh my god, he's so close to knowing about it. It's scary. It really is, guys. I can't say that enough. Sorry about that. I also needed to bring that little tab up, the abilities tab, if you will. Okay, so the follow-up that we have coming now with the layer tech being finished is +1/+1. Spine Crawler just a teensy bit out of position, but that's not going to hurt anyone, I think. Lots of Marines at the natural. Starport on the way, Factory on the way. Well, Factory's been finished. Just deciding on a reactor right now to get the production up. But, you know, check the income. This is where everything starts to make a difference. The mules coming down as many as 3 at a time, can have as many as 6 at a time on a single mineral line. And I think this, again, speaks volumes with what we're going to see. The amount of infrastructure we're going to see for AlarM just has to continue to increase. We're going to see, basically, you know, the upgrades are a little bit behind. This is a 10-minute mark, and 1-1 hasn't even started for our Terran. But if we see a lot of production masking that, then I think we'll see pretty okay performance. But oh, Bloodbuzz has such a huge window of opportunity to do damage at the third. The only question is, how's he going to treat that third? Is he going to send a handful of Lings at it, or is he just going to sit here and try and throw some Lings straight at the natural? The biggest, you know, there's a lot of mistakes to highlight from both players. There really is. But at this stage, you know, mechanics are certainly not one of their mistakes. There is a double medevac drop going down for AlarM. I'm just a little, you know, buzzed in terms of worry for Bloodbuzz right now. Can I say how I made that sound right? Anywho, double Spine Crawler going down along with Spore Crawler, and I kind of like that. I believe perhaps this Overlord is what has caught on to this drop. And we do have a bunch of Lings standing by here. The medevacs are arriving just as the Spine Crawlers are finishing. As far as I know, a single medevac full of nothing but Marines versus 2 Spine Crawlers. The 2 Spine Crawlers will win, and it looks like none of these forces, save for 1 SCV, got saved. And even more critically at this stage in the game, we still have Bloodbuzz virtually oblivious to that third. You know, I mean, that was started 8 minutes ago. I mean, this is going to make a huge difference. Sure, it gave our Terran a slower start. He's just now getting 1-1, and our Zerg is actually getting 2-2, which is actually putting Bloodbuzz significantly further ahead in the way of upgrades. And if we just check it right now, there's going to be a small window where we see AlarM ahead in upgrades. They're going to be scaling, mind you, so this just means so much in terms of damage. The Banelings aren't finished yet, but they're not going to be destroyed because we do have Ling reinforcements coming back here. And the connections will be rather standard. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. I'm thinking what the biggest problem that we see for AlarM is he's not quite reading into the upgrades. Tank is out and on the way, but he sees that there are things coming in and out of the third, and he smells blood. That's where he's going for the SCV line. And it looks like he's going to get a few kills, to say the very least. Oh, man, but not quite everything he could have had. Yeah. I mean, if he had just known about that third sooner, I think he just doesn't know the situation that he's in right now. Workers killed, brought to 12. 54 to 60. His opponent is still really far ahead. That's a little bit more than what you want to be at. You know, he's already reached the standard, and by he I mean AlarM. He's already reached the standard for income for Terran, and he's sending more and more lings, or Bloodbuzz is sending more and more lings at AlarM. These guys are totally balled up around those 2 orbital commands, if you will. SCVs are kind of tanking. If they were put on hold position, then those bio units would be entirely safe, and that's just beautiful micro by AlarM. It really is. And the reinforcements come in to mop up the Zergling swarm that came in. More Zerglings going down, getting morphed into Banelings here at mid-map. And I want to say that if they get thrown straight at that mineral line, it's going to be a little bit more economic damage. But presently, that's not. I mean, it's what he needs, yes, but he needs much larger economic damage than what's going to be done at the natural. He needs to get. Wait a minute, where are all the SCVs? Okay, so they just got redirected to the 3rd. If those Banelings... I'm sorry, when I looked at the 3rd just a moment ago, it was kind of empty in terms of SCV count. But, you know, that can change in a heartbeat. 1-1 finish, 2-2 finished. And now we have Infestors getting integrated into the mix. A lot more drones being tacked on as well, but the problem is we don't have Bloodbuzz taking his 3rd base behind. We don't have him taking a 4th base behind us, excuse me. Beautiful pickup, and it looks like the only unit that's stuck behind is a Marauder. We're gonna see Bloodbuzz trying to go in for some damage here. He's got the upgrades, yes. Everything is spot on, but it's just, I think the amount of time that he took to get it all in order is not quite working out. But here we go, lots of damage being done at the 3rd. The SCV is being chased down. And oh my, are they gonna make it back home? These guys will not, but these guys over here are a different story. They don't even get lifted up. So now we essentially have AlarM stuck on 2 base income while our Zerg, you know, the superior upgrades, the superior, you know, everything, faster, stronger, better, is just kind of, you know, an understatement to say the very least. I think at the end, to be just a little more annoying, Bloodbuzz should be really leaving a few lings underneath the orbital commands just to keep them from going back down, and he's trying to find that 3rd orbital command that he saw in construction earlier. He did see it, I know he did. He didn't think that for a minute that he had actually destroyed it. Now the supply difference, especially the army count right now, is actually in favor of AlarM. The only question is, how does the next exchange go down? Oh my god, he's actually... AlarM actually, he's got 1-1, but he doesn't have combat shields, even at this stage in the game. How does that work out, guys? I'm sorry. Whoa. So it looks like, you know, this is a mistake. He's not even making combat shields right now. Alright. Fuelings stay here a little unburrowed, but this 4th, it's so exposed. There could be a bit of a wall-off mate here to help out. And, I mean... Oh, wait a minute. No way. I had no clue that could... Oh my god, I'm such an oblivious moron. Ladies and gentlemen, I had no clue that there was actually a I knew there was a Zelnaga watchtower here. I just didn't know there was a ramp down to this section that'll take you to what could be construed as the 5th base for Zerg in this context. But here we go. Infestors going in, smelling blood. Here's the huge engagement. We're going to need to see beautiful fungal growth. Kind of doing a really classic Wings of Liberty composition. And the exchange is looking pretty good. The Marauders are focused with targeting down the Infestors, however, and it looks like the Marauders are going to go down. I really want to state, however, that if we can see Bloodbuzz really open up his eyes, you know, put some damage on this, you know, on these orbital commands, and that would be really setting AlarM back a long way. AlarM really not having a large bank, and Bloodbuzz, you know, how many larvae does he have? He's got 28. That's beautiful. That's good. But he needs to tech up the hive tech. He does. What about... Okay, speaking of, he's actually getting the Ultralisk Cavern. I was just about to say the Ultralisk Cavern, but then I saw it in production, and I clicked on it just as he had just as he had ordered a drone to morph into an Ultra. Now, the question is, what about the 3-3 upgrades? Oh my... Dude, what the hell? This guy reads my mind. Diamond players think alike. Wow. Okay, sorry. Bit of a nostalgic moment, if you will. There is something we need to see that's basically tier 3 tech specific or relevant for AlarM. He's going to have to basically get a tech switch up. How many workers have been killed to this point? 66! Damn! 74 drones now to 41 from AlarM. I want to say if he can come back from this, it would be nothing short of a miracle, really. 5th base being taken by Bloodbuzz, and it looks like altogether, you know, Bloodbuzz is in a really comfy position. He really is. But I want to say there are a few things that can set him back. Right now, the biggest thing I can think of is not every Diamond player has this problem. I am not an exception. Quadruple medevac drop. Even a 5 medevac drop would be okay. And speaking of, there's actually one going down on top of this hatch. Gonna get the prevent on it. Lings are gonna be pulled into position. 7 Ultras on the way, so we kind of see Bloodbuzz trying to make way for that bank. Trying to make way for that in terms of supply, and these Lings are gonna cut those guys off before they can get there. 3-3 on the way for our Terran right now, along with 11 Marines at a time being cranked out. Oh boy. But again, I'm thinking perhaps one flaw that we see from Bloodbuzz here is he's simply not aware of just what stage this game is at. He knows about this Vespene, you know, this refinery that's on the way. He's being harassed here, he knows that. And it looks like the Marauders are targeting that thingamajig down. Not quite going to work out. No. It's not going to happen again. Not successfully, but of course, there is some successful harass going down here. Kind of some light micro. And I want to say that Bloodbuzz, you know, this tank is definitely within shooting range of this Ling. It's just that he's not aware of it. He doesn't see it. Medevac drop going into the main. Well, actually not a medevac. This could actually be meant to kind of thwart him just a little bit. After all, why would an empty medevac be moving around? This is information that a Zerg player does not have on his Terran opponent in a 1v1. In case you guys didn't know already. Or even, you know, if you guys play Terran all day, mechanically, like some people play Zerg all day, mechanically, or Protoss all day, mechanically. Like myself. Okay, so AlarM is actually, you know, despite the losses that he suffered earlier, I want to say that both players are going to be going at it in a fashion, you know, that's... I think we're going to see this game come to an end relatively soon. We do have a Spire going down. Perhaps, you know, this is Bloodbuzz's way of saying, hey, I want to get to Broodlords and then eventually kill you. And it looks like we actually have Bloodbuzz throwing away some Lings at this mineral line. Beautiful move, but he actually right-clicks them instead of A-moving them. There's a huge engagement here going down in the middle. Banelings going down, making their connections where they will, and the Infestors are getting some beautiful fungal growth. Bloodbuzzes, 5-3 Ultras are just cutting through this entire Terran army, but now we have AlarM desperately trying to micro to stay alive. He's got 3 Marauders. The question is, will they be able to take down these Ultras? Remember that the concussive shells do nothing to these Ultras. It's just the amount of damage, the amount of DPS that the Marauders get versus Ultras that makes them so absurdly worth it to use. Meanwhile, we do have a medevac drop going down here on the 4th base, but 2 Spine Crawlers are more than enough to deal with 8 Marines. And the question is this Queen going to have the micro it needs? Ultra's getting thrown at the 3rd. 4th needs to be taken down, but this is looking like it's going to be turned into a planetary fortress to defend, and it looks like we have Bloodbuzz thoroughly aware of it. The only question is, what is he going to do to take care of it? Is he going to do anything? Is he going to react to it? Perhaps. It looks like the drones here are being pulled at the 5th to actually deal with this Marine drop. If we can see AlarM wake up to that just a little bit more, he'll be good to go. But now, AlarM kind of in a desperate position, taking damage from all fronts. That pocket lower right has been discovered. So if we actually see Bloodbuzz turn around and actually decide to attack AlarM, he's basically done for. I don't know how he's going to live through that. The Zergling here, a Heroling, getting 5 kills. Adrenal glands, are they finished? Does he have adrenal glands? I don't know. Let's find out about the attack speed here. No, weapon speed is normal, so he actually is starting away free damage. AlarM, again in that desperate position, 109 supply to... 108 supply to 147, and, you know, he just doesn't have the remax time to keep up with the Zerg player. He just, you know, I mean, he's got to confront it, but I think if he can do... There's certain levels of sacrifice that a player has to be willing to make. And I think a double medevac drop would be okay, and just finding the right position, thinking proactively with drops, would definitely be one of them. If he were to drop here and here at the same time, these 2 exact locations at the same time, then his opponent would not be able, you know, his static defenses couldn't deal with it. These are some of the problems that some diamond level players have with their thinking. I'm no exception. Another Ling run by going down at the pocket lower right, and it looks like we have AlarM trying to take this for his 5th base, 6th base, I don't know, something 5th base. This orbital command is looking like it's going to catch on fire. The question is, will it burn to the ground? It will, in fact. Bio Ball getting ready to move into here. There's a medevac drop going down. Just basically, I guess this is a tap to the head saying, hey man, I'm trying to do some damage here. You know, come and deal with me. Come and get me, you sons of ultras! Yes. And the question is, what will AlarM do here? He's got, you know, I think this needs to be a planetary. There's no exception to that. Definitely not. Ling's trying to make a run-by happen here at the lower right expo again. Just gotta see that there's a missing command center. At least Bloodbuzz will. And it looks like there was a medevac drop here that tried to get initiated and just sort of failed. Now we do have this base. We got this game essentially set up to be a 2-base income Terran versus 2-base income Zerg. Essentially, at the present, that would be. And it looks like our Zerg is actually going for his 5th base in the upper left-hand corner of the map. And AlarM's trying to, you know, poke away any way you can. But right now, with the supply difference, I don't see him coming back from this. The Marauder got taken down. But it's okay. The Marines and the Marauder here are going to be just fine. And it looks like we have a bunch of Ultras, Infestors, Banelings going to work their way down here and get a lot of kills, to say the very least. Oh my god, he turned it into an orbital command. He did, didn't he? One thing that he couldn't afford to do, he actually did do, and it's going to cost him a lot. I mean, well, he did manage to take down a base at the same time. Supply difference is 190 to 93. Bloodbuzz ahead by so much right now, but at the same time, whoa. He's so behind in terms of, I would say, income. Both players are actually at shreds for income. The SCVs here are being taken down. Or not the SCVs, but the drones. We actually have a lot of drones here, but they're all stuck distance mining. Both players running around the map as crazy as possibly can be. But if we don't see Bloodbuzz come in and clean up this small bioforce, it's going to kill one of the only bases he can afford to build. He might have enough money with this distance mining in the near future to actually deal with this appropriately. He's calling everything he can up here. He's going to take down the Bioforce, no problem, sure. No doubt in my mind that he will. But at the same time, look at this. It's just been done. I think AlarM is essentially buying time. He doesn't have any real income, and we have the Lings for Bloodbuzz essentially going left and right, left and right, left and right, trying to make the kills that they can. Somewhere in all this, we also see Bloodbuzz compelled to rebuild a Spire. Now, I'm wondering if perhaps Bloodbuzz is aware that his opponent has not retaken a 3rd. And we have the 6 o'clock base being taken again, yet again, by AlarM. Income is about to be taken to, it's going to skyrocket. It's going to go to like 900, 1100. Just watch. Yeah, mules at work. Yeah. There it is at 900 already. It might go to 1100 if we're lucky, but I wouldn't bank on it. So here we go. Bloodbuzz. You're taking 2 hatches at the same time. This one's almost dry. I would definitely say it's okay to spread creep on those static defenses as well as these over here. But we also have the main engagement going down here, and AlarM's just, he's not going to be able to hold against this. I'm thinking, wait a minute. Actually, we have Bloodbuzz throwing away a lot of Infestors. Come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? Full energy Infestor at the front lines? What are you doing? That's like putting your ADC at the front lines in League of Legends, guys. You don't want to do that. Come on. Alright, so here we go. Ultras coming in and tearing everything asunder. It looks like the natural was basically the only form of income, the only solid form of income. We have a few more venues to throw down everything. And there it is, the GG. Wait, whoa, what? 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 Bloodbuzz just says GG and he leaves the game. No. That's, hold up. That can't be right. No. He actually still had a lead at the end of this game. What? And look at all this. If he had simply gotten, what about the tech? If he had simply, I don't know. I was thinking if he had gotten some mutas out, he would have been okay. But I mean, look at this. How many Marines does he have? Look at his opponent. One Marine, and his income is like virtually nothing. All he'd have to do is, Forget about it, guys. It looks like, even I wonder if this is what Idra was like at Diamond League. Just a little curious. Anyway, if you guys are interested in tuning into Phase 2 of the Daily, I'm going to go ahead and take a replay from drop.sc and upload it to YouTube. This is BreAKer. I'll see you guys next time.